Hey everybody, it's Ryan and Raymond here from STEM 11D, and today we have a problem. To start, the problem we have today isn't just some petty crossword puzzle, but a riddle,
known as the Prisoner's Enhanced Puzzle, and it has managed to spawn a good number of variants as well as solutions.
For today, we will be discussing the 10-hat variant. Let's start with the scenario. You're out and about one day to meet up with 9 of your fellow classmates for a project. With all of you present in the meeting place, you head to the campus library to do some important research. Just as you're about to step into the library, a librarian stops you from coming in. She says,
"You people aren't allowed to come into the library today, because as of today, the library will be reserved for only highly logical and cooperative students in order to manage the noise and productivity of the people coming in."
You see, this is a problem because we need to get that research done ASAP. And so you may ask, is there a way to prove that all of your group members are qualified to enter? There is, and the librarian says,
In order to prove your claims, I'll be giving all of you a test.
the librarian gives the following rules. All 10 of the participants will be placed in a single file line. All of you will be facing forward and will be lined up from tallest to shortest, so each of you will be able to see all the people in front of you. You will not be able to look behind you nor step out of the line. Each of you will have either a black hat or a white hat on your head, assigned randomly. There will be no mention of how many of each respective colored hat there is.
when you are told to begin, each one of you must guess the color of your hat starting with the person in the back and moving up the line. You are not allowed to say words other than the words black or white. Nor are you allowed to signal in some other way, such as intonation or volume. If at least 9 of you guess correctly, then you may all enter.
Can any of you think of a solution that will demonstrate that you're all qualified?
Okay, so let's see the solution. The key is to use the words black and white to communicate coded information. This will be said by the tallest member of the group.
So what meaning can be assigned to those words that will allow everyone to deduce their respective hat colors? It can't be the total number of black or white hats because there are more than 2 possible values. But what does have 2 possible values is that number's parity. That is, whether the number is odd or even.
So the solution is to whoever goes first must say black if he sees an odd number of black hats, or white if he sees an odd number of white hats. Let's see the solution in action. The tallest member sees 3 black hats in front of him. Because 3 is an odd number, he says black, letting everyone else know that there is an odd number of black hats. The next person in line sees 3 hats in front of her, and thus learns that her hat must be white. The third person in line sees 2 black hats in front of him, and deduces that because the number of black hats is now even, his hat must have one of the black hats. Now the fourth person knows that she could be looking for an even number of black hats, but only sees 1. This would indicate that her hat is black as well.
The next 5 people in the line know that there should be an odd number of black hats left, and only sees 1 black hat in front of them. So they give white as the answer to the color of their hats. Lastly, the person in the front of the line has heard only 2 people say that their hats were black, but knows that the total number of hats should be an odd number. He then realizes that his hat must be the third black hat.
With that solution, 9 out of 10 members will be able to get theirs correctly, while the first person who answered will have a 50% chance to get his or her answer right.
With that done, all of you have proven yourselves worthy of entering the library. And that is how you solve today's riddle.